also one here that you might find interesting. The other thing you can do
Hi
is
there.
smash me in the face if you want to subscribe.
Just watching the end of that video, which I just did regarding Ayana's training. And here I am in the gym looking not as sharp as I like. It's been a long day today. But anyway, I wonder if anybody has got any questions. So I don't know if I'm going to get anybody on the live stream. So it's a thing. I've never done it before. So the chances of actually anybody being here are quite remote. But one of the things I thought was really interesting, we was talking about some of the rehab I did, which I think is underestimated. And I said I was going to put a photograph up, but I didn't do that. So that's a little bit annoying. I will just put, I will try and do a screen share actually. So let me just look at that. I think I've got them lined up. Okay. So let's just get the rehab photograph up first. So I'm going to share that. Yeah, so I was talking in the video about rehab, and this particular lady was given up on by the medical profession, sadly. This is how she was when I first saw her, on a Zimmer frame, bent over, very weak actually, couldn't really walk. And it was ever so sad because she felt that the whole world had closed in on her, and she actually said to me, just sitting in this chair, this is my world now. So it's quite disheartening. She was married at the time. Sadly, her husband died a couple of years after the rehab had really worked. Anyway, so when we talk about fitness, many people think it is just about, being the bikini athlete or doing the bodybuilding, being an ultra fit person. And that's not what I consider fitness. Fitness is improving anybody at any stage. So this is how she looked, and then we managed to get her straighter, and then we got her really straight. So that was fascinating for me to see the difference we could make just doing some rehab. And she went from a Zimmer frame to actually being able to walk. Although she got the Zimmer frame there, standing up, and by the end of it, she was able to walk out of her garden, walk out of her room, as she said, and go out into a garden. So it was a huge improvement there. I also, in the video just then, talked about some other changes for me. I will share the next thing, which is when I went carnivore, what happened, which is always surprising, especially for guys. And that's not being sexist. That's just when we talk about testosterone, it does seem to be a male-driven sort of obsession. But I found this particularly interesting because I was lucky at that time be able to do some blood tests for free. I qualified as a phlebotomist, so I was able to get lots of labs done at the time. But my testosterone at age 55, now age 55 is when I decided to go carnivore. Hi, Norika, it's lovely to see you. Thanks for supporting the live stream. Very quick live stream we're doing here after a premiere of a with Ayana. I have sent her the link, but she's not turned up yet. But I know it was all very last minute. But anyway, so age 55. So I had done a couple of years keto, and I'd done a couple of years low carb, and then I went and did the blood. So I got my baseline before I went carnivore, and then 3 months later, that is a pretty big piece there. So 50% again on top. And this was May 2019 when I was 55, and now 58 and a half. There I am. So a big result. I think that is quite good. I'm quite happy with that. So I do feel like my testosterone went up, and I did promise in the chat just now that I would show some bodybuilding photographs. So I will actually show you on stage. I've never shown this publicly. So let me just get rid of the next thing. Let's get rid of that, and I will share screen. Sorry, it's not super slick, but this is actually me on the sort of pose off at the end. This is me here. Natural, by the way. This is all natural. Where I was training, it was pretty open that some people were on steroids and some people weren't, and I chose to go down the natural route. So this is me at 23, and I was pretty happy to get in naturally. I don't think. Well, actually, we're going to get Ayana. Let's let her into the stream.
Yay!
Hi there. Hey, did you enjoy your video?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
I can hear you loud and clear, actually. One of the
Oh,
things I
good.
noticed, I said I was going to put pictures of my bodybuilding show, and I didn't do that. So
No.
I'm just clearing up some housekeeping here. This is me here, natural. So I was quite happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, in black, right there.
In black. Yeah, that's me. And totally natural. And I was just saying that the gym I was at, it's pretty open that some people were on steroids and some people were natural, and I wanted to play natural, which I've done all my life. So, and I will show you one other one. I'll just get rid of that. And then get into just a quick chat, because you've only got 10 minutes, haven't you?
Yes, I got sorry, I wanted to close that. Yes, I have 10 minutes. I do. I have 10 minutes. So I wanted to come on just for a little bit.
Yeah, so that's it. So we've now caught up. So that was me just before the show. And what people don't realize is the amount of fake tan. I had done tons of sunbeds and tons of fake tan, and I still think I could have done more, because once you're under the lights, I just completely got flushed out. But anyway, right, let's go, because we've only got you for 10 minutes. So
yeah, I know, but I love that. I'm glad you shared that, because I was like, wait a minute, I want to see his pictures.
Yeah. So did you want to add anything after seeing that? Did you feel like you need to add any information?
No, I really, really enjoyed it. Your production was awesome. My husband and I were like, wow, this is so good. But I definitely today, I like having coffee with well, I said stevia, but I guess it's stevia. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't have that in there, because I was talking to, you're familiar with Dr. Sarah Zaldivar, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So she's been helping me, and I was like, wow, you know what? I usually am very okay with just a little bit of artificial sweetener. But lately I've been, I think, leaning on it too much. So I wanted to take it out, because I don't want to be reliant. Just like how I said before, I was like, I need to take out sugar-free gum, because this is ridiculous right now. So I did. And then I was like, whoa, I'm filling my water up with BCAAs and, too much. And it's not really water anymore. And I'm thinking, okay, that's just leaning too in to a sweet taste. So I'm cutting it out day one. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And did you enjoy the coffee without it?
Okay, let's be honest, it's not as good. But I actually surprised that I'm enjoying it. And I have a little cream in it. So, and that's good. But this one, because it's my second cup, it's just black, and I'm enjoying it. I put a little salt in it. So I put a little salt in it, and actually that makes it even better.
Yes. I did the same thing. I was, I hate to say it, I used to have 2 sugars, not even artificial sweetener. And I went cold turkey. And boy, I think I could do it. And I hated it. I did hate it. I never thought I would get to like it. And this is interesting for you, because you're now at this new stage.
Okay.
Now, if I have anything with any sweetness in, I absolutely hate it. You do get it's incredible. It's really not easy, but it's a simple thing to do. You just stick at it, and your palate completely changes, and you start to taste the coffee, and then you become a bit more nuanced. So I think that might happen to you as well. And then you can preach to other people about the getting off the artificial sweeteners, because it keeps you in that sweet camp, doesn't it? It keeps your
It
cephalic
does.
response going, keeps everything. Yeah, that's good.
It,
I really enjoyed talking to you, by the way, in the video, and I think that was one of my favorites because it mixed nutrition and training and bodybuilding, passions of mine. And you really came across well. So I want to thank you again for that. That was great. And I'm really
Thank
pleased to hear about
you.
this artificial sweetener thing.
Oh, thank you. No, I really enjoyed it. It was I've been blessed to do a few interviews with various people, and this was definitely one of my favorite. And like, my husband in the background, he's like, yeah, this was like the best one. I like this one a lot. So I'm like, it was very natural. And, it was just, we talked about a variety of things. So
Yes. See, what I like is an open discussion with different opinions, because it's working for you. But you're really, what I love about you is you question and also you try stuff, and this proven, because you've just come on and you said, yeah, I'm not going to do the artificial sweetener. I didn't know whether you'd do that. We didn't talk about whether that was a good or a bad thing. We just talked, and you're doing it. And and this is it. If it doesn't give you any benefit or you never adapt, come back and tell me. People will be interested in your journey, but I really think there's no looking back. Once you start and you just adapt, then the sweet becomes difficult to stomach, and you'll be there. You'll be there.
That's what I'm hoping, because my biggest thing was, I don't like, methadone, right? We all know that. Methadone clinics. So I gave up sugar and processed carbohydrates, and most recently plant foods, because even when I did, like I told you in the interview a year and a half ago, start with Rivero, S&B gang, whatever, I would be carnivore and then I would dip back into keto. Carnivore, dip back. So I've been more carnivore in the last few months here lately, more than I ever have been. And so plants just aren't in my diet except for coffee. And occasional mustard. I'll have some mustard and hot sauce, but you know what I'm saying? So really the very last thing now is the artificial sweeteners. And so I noticed that I was now using that as a vice, whereas early on I wasn't. So it just changed, and I'm like, ooh, now this is not good. I don't like this feeling.
So when are you competing? Because you're cutting at the moment.
Am I cutting in and out? Oh, sorry? No, cutting. Okay, I thought you said I was. Okay, yes. Okay, so here's the plan. The plan. I'm not really sharing details right now, but
okay, no worries.
But spring is something I'm interested in.
Right, excellent. Okay, and you're happy with your progress? You are happy.
Yeah, and we're really we're pushing December. We're because I have 2 weeks off at work. So I have this week and next week, then I'm off until like the first Tuesday of January. And I am going to push in December. Yes. So I don't share everything I'm doing, but we're pushing in December and then hopefully to ease up in January, February. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes. And I loved your in-body things, because we were looking at the body fat there, 18.7, then it went to 18.5, and then it was 18.2%. The muscle mass was improving. So that in-body scan, obviously it's not accurate like a DEXA, but it's a good benchmark, and it gives you some idea. And I think we spoke about that in the interview, because some people love numbers. I'm a believer in just what you look like and how you close fit, those sort of things. But you now tick every box for people, because some people and I had a coaching call this afternoon where it was, I want numbers. I want the amount of protein. I want this. I weigh this. I want that. And I like that, because it's really, embedded in some people's minds. But in the end, when I put my pictures up, I just looked at it and thought, yeah, I was happy with that. And at that point, I could tell you I didn't weigh myself. I didn't do any measurements. But I think for people watching on YouTube, they love these sort of details, and you've got them in abundance. So you're going to keep doing those every couple of months?
You know what? I am thinking once a month,
Mm-hmm.
just to, and solely to track skeletal muscle mass.
Yes.
Honestly, because I don't want that to dip so far. And I'm being realistic with myself. I know in a cut, my goal is to maintain muscle mass. I have in the past put on a little muscle during a cut
Yep.
in one of my preps. It did happen.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not counting on that. I'm counting on, okay, just don't lose any. So that's my goal, and I know they're not 100% accurate. So I'm also using the mirror. I'm taking progress pictures as well, and really like honing in on, okay, this is what I need to work on, you know, and go from there. So pictures are big time important too for this.
Yes.
You
And
know,
you sounded surprised there about gaining muscle, but I see it all the time. We have it with DEXA scans as well. People have lost body fat, gain muscle mass. It is definitely doable, because I mean, I've done it 3 or 4 times and documented it in the past. And I think we need to get away from the fact that the myth of you can't gain you can't gain muscle and lose body fat, because you definitely can. People do it all the time. So
yeah,
you're in a you're in a rush to go, aren't you? So
well, I mean, I have 5 more minutes. I'm still good. I'm like not like I thought I was like gonna be. I'm good for another good 5 minutes.
So you brilliantly put your Instagram tag on your screen there. So people, if they want to follow you, are you documenting quite a bit on Instagram at the moment? Like what your meals, what you're eating?
Yes, I am documenting on Instagram. And I also, it's so like, I don't even like advertise it too much, but I have uploaded a couple of videos on YouTube showing talking about my updates, like bi-weekly, you know what I mean? So I might do one next week to, you know, update. So I started using that kind of for myself to be like, okay, I want to keep my videos and keep my progress for me. But of course, it's public, so people can view it as well. But the main thing is Instagram, and I do Insta stories every single day, a couple of times a day. And then I will post like update YouTube videos once in a while, just to be like, okay, this is where I'm at now. This is what we're going to do from here on forward in the next couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think people love that. I mean, I do a what I eat in a day video. I have no fitness or body composition goals or whatever, but people love to see what a 2 mad day looks like a 3 mad. But I think you might find a lot more interest in that type of thing, to be honest, because you are doing something that a lot of women want to do, even if they're not competing. They just want to improve health. So
yeah, that's
I've
true.
linked your YouTube channel in our interview, so if people want to see that sort of thing, the more
Good.
videos you do, the better, I think.
Yes, no, I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that, because that YouTube thing is like super new. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just so it's not as creative as, you know, some people, but I'm there because I'm giving my updates. But one thing I cannot wait to try that I saw on your channel is the mayonnaise. It's
Is
like
what? Sorry.
the mayonnaise, like the yolk and the butter mix.
Oh right, yeah, yes,
I want
yeah.
to try that.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised how easy that was, because for years I've been trying to do a really good mayonnaise, and it's just a lot of faffing around. And then all of a sudden, soft butter with an egg yolk. How easy is that? How easy?
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Like I gotta try that. I have to try that, because I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, that I've got to try. And so yeah, I'll just figure it
Yeah.
out. Fit it in my plan so I can have it.
Yeah.
Because after I'm done with this, so after my lifestyle cut, when I got out of my way in 2018, 2019, once I got to my goal weight, I did a reverse diet. because you can't stay on a low deficit forever. You're going to ruin your metabolism. So I did a reverse diet for a few months, and I got my calories, above maintenance, and I was able to kind of keep my weight where I wanted it. That's when, at that point, that's when I started loosely just tracking, just checking in once in a while. So I'm definitely going to plan that again after this cut. I'll do a reverse diet, and I like to do slow because, I don't want to just, right? So I do a slow reverse diet, but I mentioned this because when I get to that stage of like getting my calories back a little past maintenance, I do want to play with fasting, like dip my toe in there and see what, because I've never truly done it. It would be interesting to try it out.
Yeah, and I think that's something you should document. Absolutely. Really straight, some footage of when you compete, what you look like, and then just simple pictures. That would be my advice. I'm not very big on YouTube, but I am learning quite quick that people just want the information. Don't faff it around and all that sort of stuff. If you've got a dish you're going to eat in the morning, let's see that. If you one in the middle of the day and the end of the day. I mean, what I eat in a day videos are deliberately sort of 3 to 4 minutes, and it's the food. But everyone loves my dog, so I have to include Rupert all the time. But which is fine. But it's a real carnivore dog, so I suppose we get away with it. But I think you should do that. I'd love to see more of you and more documentation of food, and what your exercises is. I just feel there's a big gap for people to see that sort of thing. And if you don't mind me saying, you're not in your 20s anymore. I think people enjoy my stuff. I'm 58 and I look okay and I'm training. So, I think as for the older female who might be thinking, "Oh, I've gone past 40, it's too late now." It's not. It's not too late. It's really never too late to take that step and start on your health. And I think it could be really inspirational. So, I'm really glad we did the interview. Like I say, I'm not just saying it because you're on. I really loved the interview, and it could have gone on longer.
Yeah.
It could easily have gone on longer. And I think the training tips were brilliant here. How you eat. I wrote a few things down that resonated that when I listened to it again as I was doing the live chat with you. This being intuitive rather than tracking. As you get to carnivore, it's easier to be a bit more intuitive. I know you're being competitive, so you're being a bit more forensic, but it was really great. It was really great to see you, and I thank you for doing the live stream. I really appreciate it.
Yes, I loved it, and I thank you again for having me on there because it was very enjoyable, and I want to do more because I think that we flow really well together, and my blood work, I would like you to see it.
Let's do that. I mean, I think if you email me your blood work, we'll set up and we'll go through your blood work. I think if you really want to do that, I'd love to do that. So that's my phlebotomy side of things. And so you are working with Dr. Sarah, are you?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're on. That would be nice. Right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I don't want to eat up too much more of your time because you said you've got to shoot out, and you look lovely, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You said behind the scenes, you said, "Give me 10 minutes. I look terrible." Well, you don't.
Oh, yes. I'm glad that I'm glad you asked about the live stream because I also was thinking it was earlier than it really was. And so I was thinking I had time to get ready for where I have to go, but I didn't. So it actually worked out perfect. I did something really quick and here I am.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, well, thank you, and thank you to everybody for watching. Thought there might be some questions. We haven't had questions, but people will put questions in the comment section, so I'll try and answer them. And if anyone's asking you a particular question, I'll point them to you. So that's great.
Yeah, and I'll send my blood work to you, and we will definitely talk soon.
Lovely. Cheers.
All right.
Have a great day.
You
Bye.
too.